to plug me so I can get a few.
I will plug whoever you want.
Okay, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Car Talk Podcast 28. I'm your host, Jay's channel, and today we are here with Underground Trev. He has a third-gen Camaro that got wrecked. I don't know what the current situation is with that right now. We may ask him in the podcast, maybe. Then we have the Chiz, who has a Jeep Wrangler, who is also nicknamed the Jizz.
J.A.
I gotta get you for that one. And then we have Paul from Family Cruising, who has a Hellcat and a Focus.
What's up? The Focus is fast as hell.
And then we have No Go Garage, Brady, who has a Turbo Fox body and some other cars.
My Focus is faster.
Is it an RS?
I think it can drift better than Paul's.
It slides really well too. I was just watching the video.
Oh, not the. Oh, I have an actual video of me and Brady in the snow. That'll be out eventually. Then we have Josh from the 570 Experience. He has the 150 mile an hour Explorer Sport.
What's up, everybody?
And then we have Joe from the Redneck Mafia. You may know him as the guy who did the wheelie at the call out and got gapped by John Dock. I'm sorry. John requested me to do that, so I had to. I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
We have John Dock with his 1,000 horsepower 5th gen Camaro. And then we have Gregory Salvatore, who has a 5th gen Camaro V6. Now, for our first topic, what's everyone's thoughts on the new Bullitt Mustang that has been being leaked from photo shoots and stuff like that? Greg's also going to pull up some pictures for us so we can show you guys what those pictures are while we talk about it. So what's everybody's thoughts on that? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I like the Bullitt Mustang. It's simple. It has a little bit more power. And I really do like that forest green. Although the F8 green on the Challengers look better. Just my opinion. Yeah, see? That's a good looking car.
Greg, that's the wrong picture.
It says 2018 Mustang Bullitt rendered.
Okay. All right. You guys keep talking. I will find a picture. Give me a second.
That's a good looking car.
It is a good. I thought that was
Close,
a good looking
but
car.
there was actually.
Yeah, I've seen
That doesn't look like the right kind of green.
There's actually actual pictures of it out and about.
Yeah, you give me 5 minutes notice to come up with pictures. You know.
Yeah, if you just
It was
type
more
in
than 5 minutes.
Bullitt Mustang leaked, it'll come up. I've watched the video that was aired.
Here's one picture that showed up. It's good enough. But this was actually. I need to move this over so I can see.
5 minutes notice.
Somebody's watching the stream with sound. Kind of like they were doing some kind of like photo shoot or something. I was trying to find some more pictures. But I know Matt Moran Motoring has a video.
I like those wheels.
They're nice. Pictures. I should have just brought up Matt's video and showed it, but I don't know where I don't know. But that was kind of a fail. Next.
So how much horsepower do you think it's going to have? 450?
With the previous Mustangs, like what's the new 2018 Mustangs, the GTs?
I think it's like 438 or something.
So I'm guessing, because like with previous ones, the Bullitt Mustangs always had like, what was it, 10, 15, 20, some horsepower more than
Not
the
a lot.
GTs. Like it was just a little bump in horsepower for the Bullitt Mustangs, like with the S197 version and the New Edge version they did. So I'm assuming just a little bump in horsepower. I mean, I
People in
don't
chat
really
are
know.
saying 460.
See, it's possible. 2018s are coming with a decent amount more horsepower than the previous models.
So what's the deal with them? Are they
the
supercharged or are
2017.
they naturally aspirated?
They're
what's
NA.
the special?
They're going to be NA. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
past
think the only.
experience, it's basically just been a tune.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's all it really is that, and then the visual looks of it. Does anybody else have any more thoughts on that one before we move to our next topic?
I didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
I did just watch the movie the other night, though.
So far from what I've seen,
Yeah,
it
what
looks pretty neat. It looks like it comes with Recaro seats. It looks like it's got the classic no spoiler deck lid, stuff like that. The chrome around the driver's windows, and it's also carried onto the wheels. It looks like it has like a chrome rim.
Yeah, and then it also has
Yeah.
the Bullitt logo on the back, like the fake gas cap on the back. Also.
Yeah, it's a good look. I really like the car. I wonder if it's going to be a two-seater or if it's going to be like a four-seater.
I think it's probably still going to have the back seats, but I did hear they're going to have a Recaro's option for it. That they're going to have optional Recaro's to put in it.
I wonder how many people will get hit by it at leaving car shows.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. What's the safety feature, you know?
Hey,
All right.
that's good.
Now we're going to talk about what's everyone's thoughts on the new 2019 Silverado design that they had just recently doctor.
I don't know who's pulling it up because I haven't seen it.
It's ass.
Greg's got
It's
it.
ugly.
It literally looks like two butt cheeks painted red with wheels.
I might like that.
Nice, John.
It really does. They're
Like Joe
oversized in
and
pickup
John
trucks.
are going to go at it tonight.
All right, let's just ask who likes it.
Not me.
I mean, I personally think it looks kind of cool, in my opinion.
I like there's some nice design cues of it. I like the front end, the grill, and the lights, and the cut-ins and things like that. I do like that the body actually has some shape to it. But I thought I heard that it was all aluminum. No, don't say that.
Oh.
Take it back.
No, it's not actually.
Isn't it?
What I read was it's going to use more high strength steel.
Right. Knowing Chevy, they'd probably make it out of lead.
And put a 300 horse V8 in it.
The old 5.3. I saw a couple renderings of the 2500, and obviously they're just renderings, but they look badass. Now, if that ever comes through, I mean, that's going to be badass. But the 1500, as of now, is going the wrong way.
Yeah.
Different, because one thing they've done is, you know how traditionally like by the wheels, like were like almost kind of like went like this, and not like the regular round like the Fords do and stuff like that. And then on this one, they have more of a roundish to it.
I was just
no,
gonna say, I think it looks a lot more like a new Ford than
Yeah,
it
it looks a lot more like a newer Ford F-150 pickup.
And the tailgate.
Got a new Ford F-150 pickup though.
To me, it looks like GM had no idea how to style a pickup truck and just stole what Ford had.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We're going to make the headlights look a little different.
I mean, it's worked for them in the past.
It's true.
What do you mean by that, Brady?
I don't want to start a war. It's too early for that.
You guys keep talking shit on Chevy. See where it gets you. Just ask Joe. Just ask Joe. He'll tell you where it gets you.
Why do I talk shit on Chevy? I'm all Chevy.
I'm just saying. You'll see ask Joe what happens. You know, you get me riled up. Ask Joe what happens.
Oh man.
You get
I
gas?
just Googled some pictures of it. I mean, it doesn't look that much different. It kind of is almost a throwback to like the early 2000s one with the split headlights.
Are you sure you're looking
I'll
at the
tell you
right
what,
picture?
Doc.
No.
I'll tell you what, I got something.
You said 2018, right?
19.
Oh, no, I'm not looking at the right pictures.
Nice.
So what is up with the front that's just black? right? And then they make the fenders come in almost like a Darth Vader type thing. It just doesn't look right to me.
Bring up the pictures of the truck.
Oh God, that thing's hideous.
Right?
What the hell happened to the headlights?
Exactly. It almost looks like it's wearing a baseball helmet. The way the fenders come in below the headlights.
I feel like
What, you got,
go
like-
back to like some ludicrous songs, like "On the top of my Escalade." It looks like something from that, except like messed up.
Hey, I had an Escalade when that song came out, and I played it every day.
I can believe that, to be honest with you.
It looks like they oversized the old Escalade headlights
Yeah.
and then forgot to put a grill in.
Yeah, but why did they make the bumper and the grill and everything black except for the fenders and the hood red? It just looks stupid. I don't know.
Why
I
did they
just wonder
not
if they're
keep the
trying
curtain
to
design?
compete with the Raptor Ram Rebel market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
Yeah, possibly.
I think that's part of a package to, kind of a sport package or maybe the Z71 package or something like that, that blacked out front end. I don't see that being on every model.
Chevy does make a Reaper truck, but that's a little overkill. But so I think they're trying to have an option, a lower end option.
let me ask you.
Okay, you guys want to hear a funny comment in the comments real quick?
Sure.
All for Fun says, looks like all the manufacturers threw up in the same pile and then pulled this shit out.
That's true.
The way it's going.
I will say I am pretty pissed that Chevy's getting away from the square fenders because I was just trying to get some square tires to match mine, and now they're just really too easy with round fenders.
What do you guys?
Yeah, I mean, that's
think
always been a
of-
Chevy thing, though, too.
Do you mind
What?
if I throw Dodge into this? What do you think they're going to come out with a Hellcat powered Ram this year?
No, never.
No, I don't.
Well, no, actually, I take it back. I feel like Dodge will put that motor in everything by 2020.
I mean, y'all remember the Ram SRT 10, right? Like they've done dumb stuff like that in the past.
That truck was awesome, and you could buy it for like $20,000 right now.
That truck
I saw
was
one in like a Kmart parking lot just the other day. Like it's a regular daily driver.
The only problem is that truck can only hold like 500 pounds in the bed.
It's like my truck now. It's the same thing. Except it's slow as hell. I think that the Hellcat motor, I mean, it works for them and everyone wants it, so they're putting it in the Jeep. That's like popular as hell. They should put it in like the Durango or whatever. Everyone would buy that. So I mean, why not?
I don't think they will ever put it in a Durango for the simple fact that it would take away from the Jeep market.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I mean, you need fifth row seating with your 700 horsepower, or third row seating with your 700 horsepower SUV, right?
I think
Let's
you're
just
onto
put it
something,
this
John.
way.
I think they'll just throw it in everything and see what comes out of it.
Yeah, I think so.
I
too.
will sell every child I own to get a Durango with a Hemi or the Hellcat.
I don't know if
Well, wait
that's
a
the
minute. If
power
you kill
play,
every child
but
you own, you won't need the third row seating anymore.
Viper or well, you have a Hellcat, so I mean, you already got that.
Think of all the Hellcat engines you could get after all those Durangos rust away and there's nothing left but the engine now. They'll be cheap.
Oh, they rusted away a long time ago. I mean, I guess it only does take 5 minutes for a Dodge to rust, but
Dude, I got a Jeep with only half its fenders left. I can talk.
What's the next topic? What's everyone's thoughts on the 2019 Jeep Wrangler design that they came out with?
safe.
I gotta see it.
Greg, do you
I
have
mean,
a picture?
I'm kind of liking it. I like some things and I don't like others. Like I like the fact that they went back to a grill that has a bend in it.
Yeah.
So I dig the grill, but the rest of it I'm a little iffy. And then the windshield that folds down and there's still a windshield frame behind it.
It kind of looks tacky.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the grill. I'm not sure about the rest. And it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I don't like big Wranglers.
Yeah, because then how are you supposed to fit them anywhere when you go off road?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind making them bigger, but like when you physically make the whole chassis and the tub bigger, it's just like it defeats the purpose of a Wrangler.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they need to.
So what are you
put
trying to
Hellcat
say? It's a
motor in it.
bloated Wrangler? Wrangler. Oh my god. Wrangler. God, I can't speak tonight.
Wrangler.
Don't make fun of me, Trevor. Come on. Okay.
Oh, my
I'm
son
sorry,
Nick is
no worries.
watching, so I gotta give him a shout out.
One-
Hey, Nick.
One thing that someone just brought up was M Wilson 4040 in the comments says, "I don't understand the half doors."
I love my
He
house.
doesn't understand Jeep.
The half doors are awesome.
It's a Jeep thing. It's like, why do you want to drop the windshield? Really?
I wish I could take the doors off my car. I think that'd be badass.
You can.
With ease. Sorry.
Half doors are great for a bunch of reasons. One is you can just take the top windows out and not have to worry about taking the whole door off and storing it somewhere. So it's quick, easy, convertible. It's fun. And two is when you put those wide tires on there, the half doors are good for keeping you clean when you don't want to run doors, but you kind of need to.
Yeah.
And besides, you look cool as hell with the doors off and your feet hanging out, sitting on the fender. You know, with your hairy legs. It looks sick. The ladies love it.
I was gonna say the only reason I ever get a Jeep is because girls like it. I don't know why, but
Dude, I remember picking this girl up one night. And I had my Camaro out, and I pick her up in the Camaro, and she's like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna drive your Jeep."
yeah,
Like, are
that's
you
what I
kidding
mean.
me?
But
my.
you can. What's really cool is you can get the 4-door Jeep with a 6-speed manual.
Yeah, but it still has 4 doors, so it's not cool.
If you have 4 kids, it's not that bad.
It's not a Jeep.
No, it's not a true Jeep Wrangler if it has 4 doors. It's gotta have 2 doors. Sorry.
Well, at least there's
I
something
honestly
the
think
manual
the
transmission
2-door,
in it.
the 2 doors. I think the 2-door version looks so much better than the 4-door, in my opinion. That's just me.
What do you guys think about the new Jeep Wrangler top of the line edition costing $50,000?
Oh, it's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's freaking asinine.
But then again, I think the same thing about a $70,000 Camaro being the top end.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, but that can do 11s.
Yeah, no, I think
Maybe
that a loaded Camaro for $70,000 is a steal. When you compare it to a Corvette, they about run damn.
I agree with you.
Same as a Corvette for $30,000 less.
I agree. I would buy a ZL1 before I bought a Z06, without a question.
100%.
I would probably buy a ZL1 before I bought a Grand Sport.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying the fact that a Camaro is $70,000.
You could probably still justify the Camaro better than the Jeep, though, because my 03 Jeep, when it was stock and not even a Rubicon edition, would probably go almost everywhere the new top-of-the-line $50,000 one would.
Well, okay.
Whereas,
Let me ask
the
you
new
this.
Camaro is way, way faster than ever.
The thing is the people spending $50,000 on a Jeep will never take it off road.
Right.
That's what
Yeah, that's true.
I spend $50,000 on a Jeep. It's not going off road because I'd be afraid to scratch it.
Exactly.
Total waste.
True.
And you get called a mall crawler really fast.
Whoa, easy now, easy. I'm used to that now.
Yeah, well, you find out what a new paint job is on a $50,000 Jeep and then call me.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like all the new stuff is too. I say like the new stuff is too nice to cut up, but I mean, then I end up cutting it up, and
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah,
people
you
are
have no room to talk.
stuff up, but I mean, it's all fine. Really, it's fine.
I mean, as long as you plan on keeping it for a while, it's like do what the fuck you want with it. But
Paint is like the one thing though, taking a Jeep off road and it ruins the paint. Like if you ruin the paint, that ruins. I mean, that's like you can get a new fender, but if you scratch your whole Jeep up, I mean, that's a pain in the ass.
yeah.
I don't know. I like
Now,
vehicles.
I'd put that saran wrap stuff on it, or whatever they call it, over the whole thing.
This saran wrap is what my buddies and I used to do when we were teenagers for a joke. We'd go out in the middle of the night and wrap somebody's car up.
Well, yeah, but now they have that stuff that it's basically like thick saran wrap, right? That costs like $2,000 to put on.
Vinyl wrap.
Called Expel.
Yeah, it's tough.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's great. So you pay 50 grand for a Jeep that you're not going to take off road. Pay another 2 grand for Expel that you're not going to take off road, so it's not going to serve any purpose.
It's
Oh,
the
that
same thing when
Excel
people buy
stuff
the new
saves-
Raptors. They're not spending 70 grand to go through the Baja.
Yeah, really.
Except for those
Yeah, they're
YouTube
probably
videos, you
pretty
see
much just
people
pavement
jumping those things. That's
Honestly,
fun.
what it comes down to is when you spend like your 70 or 50 or 100 grand or whatever, you can do whatever you want with it. And it's tough to really tell someone that like, hey, you're driving it wrong, because I mean, it's their money.
Right.
I see it like
Right.
when I see someone like, I see a bunch of guys that roll around in diesel trucks that never tow with it, and I'm not gonna be like, oh, look at you, you don't tow, you got a diesel truck, what the hell's that for? I'm like, no, I mean, you bought a diesel truck. If you want to, do whatever you want with it, you can.
All right, but let's talk about that real quick because I was just having a debate with my dad about that. You could buy a 2500 over a fully loaded 2500 over a fully loaded 1500 is not that much. It's like 5 or 6 grand more, right?
Yeah.
But then when it comes to resale value, that 2500 will always be worth $25,000 more than the 1500.
All day. Diesels don't depreciate, dude. They run so well. I mean, honestly, it's like if you can keep a body on it, then you're good, because they'll run 500,000 miles like it's nothing.
Right. So to buy a 1500 is literally one of the worst decisions you can make if you're going to buy an LTZ or fully loaded.
But you gotta think of it like
over
some
a
people
2500.
some people don't like diesels because like you got to deal with like all the DEF and emissions stuff. Honestly, like I feel like once people drive a diesel, like me, I got my first diesel. I'll never daily drive something else that's not a diesel unless it's like a car. But any truck, I'll definitely only be a diesel. But if you're not like me, I bought mine to tow. Some people do it just to drive, but like Joe Schmo down the road that just wants a 1500, like he either doesn't want it that big or doesn't want to deal with all the bullshit, or diesel. Like I get like 10 miles to the gallon. You can get like 19 or almost near 20 in the 1500s. And when you're going to buy it, like that 5 grand means a lot to a lot of people. On top of it.
That's the thing. Is the 5.
Even though down the road they make it back, it means a lot.
But you still got to make that payment.
Yeah.
That 5,000-6,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah, it's $100 a month, right,
Yeah.
on a payment.
But like you said, it does make a lot more sense. Why would anyone buy the gas truck? I feel like people don't really ever think down the road like, hey, when I go to resell this,
I'll make 5 times the 5 grand I just spent.
Yeah.
Well, I'll save because the truck still depreciates. But
Yeah, Paul, what were you saying about making what vehicle was it you were talking about? You said something about flying. Were you talking about the Raptor? When you said
people
something
on
about
YouTube,
making it fly or something?
there's been a few YouTube videos of people in Raptors jumping them and then totaling them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those usually end pretty poorly, though.
I know. that's what
Eddie
makes it
jumped a
fun.
Focus and we didn't crash, so I mean...
Hey, I respect that.
Well,
They
that's
sound
because STs are big as hell.
We didn't get nearly the air that these people did, though. Not nearly.
Was it
We got a
was
good
it a
amount of
Focus
air,
ST?
but not that much.
I mean, I hit my head off the roof, but we didn't fly like any of the trucks.
Oh, it's actually... What year was it? 2005 or 6?
What? My car?
Your Focus. Yeah, the
Oh,
Focus.
07.
An 07 Focus ZX4.
I like the ZX3s and the ZX5, especially the SVT versions. All 140 horsepower, whatever they had. They're pretty good cars.
I mean, I like it. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you almost drive into a guardrail, too.
No, I didn't do that. We didn't hit it.
I said almost. But if you guys want to see that
Okay.
video, I have it. It's the one titled Almost Crashed a Focus.
I want to see the one where you did crash the Focus.
Yeah, so go out and
Wait,
do
what?
that one.
I don't.
I'm going to crash it on purpose. No, I mean, we drifted it yesterday in the snow. And I can literally say we because we both kind of did. But videos, they're interesting to say the least. Okay, back onto the topics. thoughts on Jeep making the Wrangler a plug-in hybrid for 2020 to future-proof the Wrangler?
Everybody laughs at it, but that's the way the auto industry is going.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
It is
but yeah.
That's
-2
what's gonna
out here
happen.
at my house. It is -2. We need some global warming, people.
That's right.
Hmm.
I mean, does anybody watch the Grand Tour?
Yeah.
No.
See the first episode where Hammond wrecked that electric supercar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you see the drag race beforehand? That thing was insane.
Did you see the part where they said that it caught fire for 5 days straight?
Six days. Yeah, every freaking cell just kept igniting the one next to it, and it would spontaneously burst into flames.
What happens when you're the one stuck in that car?
Yeah.
Watch how many people want an electric car after watching that.
Yeah, I remember going to work and talking to my boss about that. I'm like, hey, these hybrids that we have? Well, guess what happens when they catch on fire?
How are these electric cars performing in winter conditions? And
So a couple friends of mine has Teslas because I live in Yuppie Town. Like if Tesla says you have 260 miles on a cold day like this, it's half. It's literally half.
Yeah, so that's the things that nobody's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's Go
Yeah.
ahead.
especially if you have a commute, that'll get you back and forth to work, but don't stop anymore.
But I mean, if you think about it, the electric cars are still almost in their infancy. Like everything's trending that way. It's only a matter of time. And it's going to be a long time, but it's still
gonna be
just
really
a matter of
long
time.
I don't even think that anyone here will see a automated car in their lifetime.
Yeah,
I bet you.
I'm not so worried.
I mean, they'll
about
be
the
out
electric
there,
car.
but I'm talking about to the point where you can get in the car, not pay attention, and it be commonplace that everybody just has a car that drives them to work, that they can sleep on their commute.
I hope I'm dead before that happens.
I think everybody in this chat will be before that happens.
I think we'll see it. I really do. It's advancing fast enough. We might be old and retired, but we'll see it.
I think there'll be some things out there, but I don't think it's going to be a car that can drive on any street.
20 years ago, would you have thought, let's say even 15 years ago, would you have thought that everybody would have a smartphone in their hand that can do just practically everything that a computer can do, but better?
I'll be honest, when I was
15 years ago,
I'll be honest, when I was in middle school, middle school was kind of like before the smartphone a little bit, or that I remember at least. That's shit. I didn't have one until, God, what was it? I don't know, maybe 9th grade.
Who remembers
I didn't see the capabilities that they have. I didn't see then that you'd be able to drive your car with it or fly a drone with it or anything like that. But I could see that computers were going to be a very large part of everything, that it would be to that caliber. I just didn't think it would be as small as they were.
Who remembers the movie I, Robot with Will Smith, 2003, 2004-ish?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
In that movie, he's talking on the phone, but there's a person in the passenger seat next to him, and he yells at her, and he's like, "Would you be quiet? I'm on the phone." And he points to his ear. That's where Bluetooth was debuted. Everybody thought that was crazy back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you had the idiots that put them in their ear with the little blue dot that thought they were cool as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? All this stuff that we're talking about, and you compare it to a self-driving car, the self-driving car is artificial intelligence. I mean, the amount of work that needs to go into it and the amount of things that have to happen and the amount of trust people have to put into that is still a really long way off. Yeah, we're going to see some of it. We see it now that can drive on the highway, but you still have to pay attention.
Yeah, I mean, trusting a computer with your life is a little bit much, because it could easily malfunction too.
That's
I mean,
hard.
yeah, so can So can a normal driver also. They can fuck up, but it's like
See,
they
We're
make
going
it.
back to the Grand Tour. We're not talking about carrying around fake like baby dolls so that the cars go running off the road.
Ryan from Riding in Style on chat just made a good point. If cars get totally autonomous, then they're going to be susceptible to hackers and things like that, and people are going to know where your vehicle is. They'll just come and take it, pull it right out of your driveway without you even being in it.
Yeah.
That
So I
is
think there's
also
two
true.
things that are
Like another thing that even
I think-
happens now, like with the key fobs, like
Yeah,
having
they
key
can do it
fobs and
now.
stuff like that, they can do that now. They can just say or do some kind of programming wizardry and
There's always
open the
gonna be
doors
kind
and
of
shit
theft,
like that.
but you also got to think. Like I was having this conversation with somebody the other day. You might have to redefine what it is to have a car too. It's probably not going to be commonplace for every person in the world to own an autonomous car, especially if you're out in the boonies somewhere. However, in like major cities and stuff, it's probably going to be you pull up your smartphone or your heads-up display on your little ear or whatever it is. Then you call your Uber, which is a automated car that comes and picks you up, and they're just going to be flying all around, all on their own. You may not even need to own your own car anymore. It's all going to be.
And there's talk of that where you're leasing a car and somebody else is also leasing a car. And there's also you can buy it and then rent it out while you're not using it. So if you're at work, it can go out and be a taxi all day.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I think there's two things that are going to save us, and both of them are lawyers.
Oh God, we're trusting the lawyers now.
No.
The internal combustion engine.
So I think the lawyers, the minute somebody dies in a self-driving car, the lawyers are going to sue the hell out of manufacturers, whoever the manufacturer is. And then that manufacturer is going to say, you know what? We're not going to take on this liability. So we're not going to do self-driving cars. Let the person driving take that responsibility. And two, divorce lawyers are going to save the day. The minute that a divorce lawyer can figure out where you're at, thing's over. That stuff's going away.
That's
Nobody
no
wants to
different from
divorce.
today.
Well, that's true.
They can follow you on your smartphone now, and then like you know, cars and stuff. There's always somebody liable. It's just people get more and more happy to sue each other. I don't.
Well, you know what? I went to Italy last year for the first time out of the country, really. You know, anywhere over here. And it was amazing the things you can do in Italy, in Sicily. Like areas you go, if this was the States, they'd never let us be back here or over here. Or this area is too dangerous and stuff. They don't care. It's like, do what you want because you're liable for your own self. Now it's like, oh, you own the property, so, oh, you're liable. You're an idiot. You're liable, you know?
That's how it should be.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So, do we want to go to another topic, or do we have more to discuss on this?
You better go to another topic, man, because we're really skirting near politics at this point.
Yeah.
Let's not do that. All right. What's everyone's thoughts on Jeep finally making a truck again?
That's a truck?
Yeah, a Jeep truck,
It pretty
like with
much-
a bed and everything.
Yeah, it pretty much looks like a Wrangler with a big pickup bed.
Yeah, I don't think I'd buy one either way, but you know.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, when I saw that, it's like I think it'll go the way of like the Avalanche, which, by the way, the Avalanche was a great vehicle.
I was going to say the Escalade had a truck version, didn't they?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
EXT. I own
Yeah,
it.
they did.
Yeah,
I
my neighbor
wanted an
has one.
Avalanche. That was a great idea.
Oh, that's ugly.
I would never. I don't see why you would buy a Jeep pickup.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jeep is always, you know, Chrysler has always done weird stuff, but it never plays out. I mean, you had the old Jeep Comanche, you had the,
You had the Scrambler.
what was it, a CJ7 Scrambler, right?
You got CJ8 Scrambler.
CJ8 Scrambler, yeah. But it's like, you know, they're cool little things. So this Jeep truck, 20 years from now, will be another cool little thing that never worked.
Possibly, but I know there's been a lot of hype around the Jeep truck too. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It might
The whole
work
Jeep
this
community
time.
saying, "Yeah,
Jeep
we're getting a
owners.
truck," and nobody will buy it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, only time will tell. It may be a hit this time. It may not be. You never know.
I'd buy one if it had a 4BT, but
What are you saying, Brody?
I said I'd buy one if it had a 4BT, but that's probably the only way, so I wouldn't have to do the swap myself.
True. All right, so what's everybody's thoughts on Jeep putting a 3-liter EcoDiesel in the 2019 four-door Wrangler?
That seems like a good idea. I like that idea. Because I think diesels would be popular with that crowd.
Yeah, I was telling Jay about that earlier before we went live. I was like, with the EcoDiesel, I think the Jeep Wrangler 4-door would sell like hotcakes pretty much. You know, because the moment a buyer for a Jeep Wrangler
Time
hears
out.
a diesel,
Do hotcakes really sell well though?
depends on the place. Depends on the place.
Nice, John.
It'll be just like the Jeep pickup. They used to.
Yeah.
Hey, will it be like that Murano?
Hey, Greg, didn't you
convertible
have
from
some
Nissan?
information on that engine?
Yeah.
Well, it's the same 3-liter that's in the Ram, right?
I would assume so.
And Greg found. I don't know how well you guys can actually see that. But, Greg,
Hey,
since you're probably
come
the one
on.
that can read it the best, you want to read it off to us a little bit? Like, explain some key points to it?
It's made in
Engine.
Italy. It's got 240 horsepower and 420 foot-pound of torque. Gets around 20 and 27 when the.
All right.
let's
I
see.
want to know who's the first one to put that at 800 foot-pounds of torque, 500 horsepower, and 2 stacks right off the rear seats, rolling coal. That would be
Probably do that if he could get a hold of it.
if once
Yeah,
I get Mike's
you're not wrong.
money, Street Speed 717's money, I would do one. Just like that.
I can't believe you just brought up that name right now.
Oh, sorry, why? Is there some bad blood somewhere?
No. I'm just playing.
Oh, I try to put his name in every video.
So why? Then you have the reason to put the tag in there?
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. On my
Said it. It's there.
Yeah. I beat Mike. Street Speed 717. It's going on my tombstone.
And what is mine? What is my?
You beat him to the grave, right?
I hope this person's
gonna have to
joking.
be like 90 feet tall at this point.
What's that, all for fun in the comments is like, who is SS717? And I know he's joking. Oh my. Okay, Bro Gaming Co. says, I think Chevy should bring back the Chevelle. Do you guys agree?
No.
No.
They'd ruin it. They'd spoil the name.
Yeah, they would ruin it. Just like they ruined the Malibu.
That's for sure.
It's like Dodge bringing back the Dart.
I was going to say
That
the
is-
Charger.
that
Dark
true.
neon.
Yeah, if they
I was
made the
gonna-
Chevelle, if they gave the SS the name Chevelle, I'd be like, maybe, but they'll screw it up. I mean, you know what? Chevy, the Camaro's good, the Corvette's good, the trucks are good, but their cars, their family cars, suck.
They're
just
junk.
boring as hell.
But if they came out with, let me ask you this. If they came out with a 2-door car that's slightly bigger than the Camaro and called it a Chevelle, almost like the Challenger size, I think that would sell really well.
Yeah, I mean, like the old Lumina coupes and stuff like that. I mean, yeah.
And not front-wheel drive. No.
Well, I'm saying, but that size.
Yeah.
Like they did that. Yeah, no, it needs to. And I think most of these guys realize it needs to go rear-wheel drive again.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
all their designs anymore for family cars on Chevy, they're just horrible. I wouldn't even consider them.
Hey, John, nice roasting Wes in the comments.
Yeah, a lot of dick jokes going around.
I guess John likes to talk about dick, I guess.
I actually didn't say dick once. I said suck a fat one. So use your imagination, whatever a fat one is. Could be a hot dog, could be a hoagie, could be like anything, really. So it'd be
It could be Rosie
fat
O'Donnell.
quesadilla.
John likes dicks.
Nice, Joe. All right, for our
Joe's
next
about to have me
topic.
go off right now. I'm trying to keep cool here, but
Hey, you gonna race Joe again and gap him again?
oh, he knows. Joe will get the sauce.
Look, I'm totally game. There's the street down by my house. $1,000 or better, you come down. You're in the day now. So I don't know if you have your car or not, but we could do it even tomorrow. The salt's washed away from all the rain.
I will drive down to North Carolina, get my car, and donkey punch your damn ass down that street. That you, I don't care if it's a sidewalk or what. I'll bust your ass so bad.
Totally
I'll
game.
put your muffin top back blue. It's gonna be embarrassing. You best hope I don't bring a camera.
You would race the street.
Oh, I'll race anywhere. I'll race on a sidewalk in a parking lot. I don't give a shit.
Oh,
John, how much street racing do you do?
I'm dead serious.
What's that?
No, I'm just curious how much
Ask how
experience
much-
on the street do you
How
have?
much experience on the street? I mean, before I track race, that's all I did.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'll give Joe the thought, as Mike Tyson would say.
Got all that fucking traction.
You know something? I might need to be like Family Cruising and make my title John Doc called out as the title.
Listen, if I could, I'd reach through this damn computer screen and grab Joe by his neck and fucking trying to keep it hot. My blood pressure.
Hey, I'm waiting. Come up here whenever you want.
All right. Listen, we'll get it done. Give me your boy Iggy.
Dude, you
Slapping L's
And
every year.
850 in the comments says, I want to see the sidewalk race.
we can even do a foot race after. I'll beat you in both. That'll be perfect.
Okay, so
Then you want to fight? You want to fight? You want to go in the ring next,
Hell yeah.
buddy?
Octagon. Let's go.
there was a car show up by me called The Brook, and after 11 o'clock, it got real crazy. On Thursday nights. And one night, everybody stripped down to their underwear. Not me,
That's what
because I wasn't racing. And then they had foot races. Literally stripped down to their underwear.
What kind of neighborhood you living in, dude?
Hey, you gotta do it.
Massachusetts.
Chicago. I think everybody was afraid somebody had a gun, so if you were stripped down to your underwear, you wouldn't have a gun.
Oh, God, I bet that was a terrible sight. Okay, next topic.
Please.
Before Paul goes back on his underwear streak or whatever.
Yeah, I want to see Paul from Family Cruising in his underwear.
Yeah, baby.
There's a good plan for the next YouTube call out. Underwear foot races down the track.
There we go.
Hey, I only wear Speedos just in case I die.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Okay, next topic. If you had to pick 6 cars, with one being a 4-cylinder, one being a diesel, 6-cylinder, 8-cylinder, 10-cylinder, and 12-cylinder, what cars would you pick?
This is gonna take a long time.
Come on, that's quite the loaded question.
I mean, I got 4, 6, and 8 covered already, but I just need to throw a diesel and a 10-cylinder in, I guess.
Oh, I got it all. I can go
Okay,
first.
then you can go first. Just thinking.
Isn't the Alfa Romeo 4C 4-cylinders?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Best sounding 4-cylinder on the planet. I'll take one of those. V6. The Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio 505 horsepower. Sounds like a Ferrari.
That's because it's a Ferrari missing 2 cylinders.
Yay. Sounds great though. V8 totally has to be Dodge Demon 840 horsepower.
Yeah.
V10 that would be a Viper ACR. V12 Ferrari 250 GTO. And then diesel a Ram 2500.
Nice. Figure it out. Guess that's a no.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like, a little bit of variety. I just basically stay with 4-cylinder, I got my Integra. 6-cylinder, I got my Jeep. You know, mix it up a little bit instead of or an inline 6 Supra maybe. But I'm gonna go with the Jeep.
And what are we doing? The best sounding? Sorry, I was.
Your choices of all the different engines.
Oh, I definitely like the sound of the Calmero out in front of Redneck Mafia Joe.
Yeah, I got the Integra, I got the Jeep, I got the Camaro. So that's 4, 6, and 8 cylinders. 10-cylinder, I'm sure everybody's going to say a Viper. Or you could get, an Excursion. Those are kind of cool, but I'll go Viper.
Aren't Lamborghinis 10-cylinder too?
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going to go, 12-cylinder, I'm going Lamborghini Countach.
Yeah, absolutely. That's my dream car right there, an 85.
Hell yeah. And then, diesel, any Dodge with a Cummins.
Okay.
That's my pick.
All right, I think I'm going to go next, and I know Brady is probably going to laugh his ass off at the 4-cylinder.
Focus.
Yeah, Trevor's correct.
Which version of the Focus?
Yeah, that is pretty funny, actually.
I was totally kidding.
But I enjoyed driving your damn car.
Jay, start over.
So I'd probably take, the same car Brady has. 4 cylinders, but that's probably the only one I like at the current moment that I've been in. So, Brady, be quiet. Diesel, I'd probably have to say a Duramax. I'm not sure what year. Maybe the 06 body style, I think, because that's kind of my favorite body style. 6-cylinder, I still have to think about that one. 8-cylinder, probably a Camaro, a Corvette, or a Mustang. So fucking hard to choose between the three. V10, probably the Viper. He's probably going to pick that one. And V12, probably an Aston Martin DBS.
Good choice.
I didn't expect you to pick the Aston.
So what you're telling us is you had actually had time to think about this because you came up with the question, and you not even positive of your answers. You can't tell on a V8 which one you would buy.
Oh, freaking 3!
Yeah, but the challenge was 1.
He does that
fine,
in
then I'll
every
pick.
single video that he does where he needs to pick a V8. Well, I like these 3.
Right.
Every single time, Jay.
I can't help it. I like all 3.
You look at everybody else in the podcast, you're like, you got to pick 1. But I'm taking all 3 because I don't know.
If I have to pick one, I'll probably take the Corvette. Okay? Happy?
No, I'm not happy. It used to be a Mustang. What happened?
All right, who's picking the town car?
What's that?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll go there. I'll pick a 4-cylinder. It'll be like a Toyota Corolla or something. It just gets good gas mileage because there's no other reason to have a 4-cylinder if I have enough money to buy all these other cars. A 6-cylinder, I'll take the Batmobile because they were like that first Batmobile. They remade it in like the 90s. That was a 6-cylinder.
Oh, that's
an 8-cylinder. I'll take a C5 that was dressed up like the Mach 5. 10, I'll take a Viper. 12, I'll take the 85 Countach. And a diesel I won't even bother with.
John, you got yours yet? You're going to say.
V8 or die. I don't like anything else. It's got to be an LS. Other than that, done.
The exact same thing I was going to say. There's nothing other than a goddamn V8.
Yeah.
Okay, Josh, you have any?
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is mix it up. I'll kind of piggyback off of John and say I don't need a 10 or a 12 cylinder, but I would like to see something new. I would like to see another rotary engine, something not pussified like the RX-8 was, but I'd like to see a new car come out with a rotary engine.
Were you the one that did a video on the RX-9?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
Does anybody else want to go on theirs? How about you, Brady? You got any?
I would go for the 4-cylinder, a 4G63 DSM car. For the 6, I'm surprised everybody else didn't say Mark IV Supra because Fast and Furious fanboy right here. V8, either, I don't know. I've said this a million times, but if they do a new GT500 with a twin turbo Voodoo, I mean, anywhere down the line, sure, it's not going to be next, but that would be awesome. A V10, probably an Audi R8. A 12, there's no hope for me ever owning a V12 in my life, so. And a diesel, I just need a new body for my 03 Ram. That's what I need. A new bed, new fenders, new cab mounts, heater core that works.
Yeah. All right, Jacob, you got any?
Okay, mine's kind of like a mixed match. Okay, so 4-cylinder, I got Focus RS. 6-cylinder, I got to stick with my Jeep Wrangler, like Trevor. 8-cylinder, you'll find this interesting. 71 Hemi Cuda.
Nice.
V10, Gen 2 Viper. 12-cylinder Lamborghini Murcielago LP670-4 SV. And then for diesel, I would pick the Ram 3500.
That's some good choices. So does anybody else I think everybody pretty much went. So, all right. Here's a interesting question that I'm kind of curious to hear what everybody's going to say on this one, which I'm still thinking of it. If you had to drive another YouTuber's car for a year, which YouTuber and which car and why?
Oh man.
I'll go first.
That's a good one.
I'll steal John Dock's Camaro for a year because it's freaking fast as hell.
Can you afford to put gas in it?
I know one faster.
Well, if I saved all my money and didn't spend the whole year, maybe.
Okay, John, what about you?
Good God, another YouTuber's car. I guess I'd probably take you have to come back to me on this one.
All right. Greg,
back
what
to
about
me.
you?
Honestly, I don't think there's a. Here's the thing about cars. You're saying drive somebody else's car. There's nobody else's car I want. There's other cars that I like, but I would want to make them my own.
Well, I mean, not that you get to keep it. You just have it for a year to experience
That's
it.
my point. That's my point. Is that I got why do I want to drive somebody else's car for a year? I don't want to drive another person's car for a year. I want to drive a car that I can make my own. Like, I like my car. I don't dislike it in any way, shape, or form. I wish that I could afford a Camaro with a V8. I can't. I need but I got a V6. I like my car. So there's nobody else's that I want to drive their car. I would love to have a Camaro or a Corvette Z06. I would love to have a Camaro ZL1, but it's still their car at the end of the day. I can't do anything to it based on this.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do we have to cover the repairs and or maintenance or wear and tear? Or do we get to drive it for free, return it to them, and say, hey, have a good day?
Yeah. It's broke.
Let's just stick with.
She's leaking.
Well, I mean, if you include that, I mean, Jacob would not be able to afford John's car.
So
I'm actually gonna piggyback off
no.
the last two guys here, and it kind of rolls into what I already had in mind. In answer to your question, I would take any one of the cars from Chris from B is for Build for a year, because although I appreciate what he does, I'd just out of pure curiosity be real curious if they last a year.
So, one of the cars that I love, the best Corvette ever made, is the ZR1, the C6 ZR1.
Mm-hmm.
And Bertrand 850 has a beautiful silver one. I literally want a blue one. I mean, that's the only problem with his car. So if I had to borrow a YouTuber's car for a year, it would be his. and I would wrap it blue.
Yeah, because then technically you just take it right back off for you, give it to him.
Exactly. And it'll be easier to clean off the burnout marks from the tires.
You'll give it back to him with bald tires.
On the fourth set of bald tires.
Okay.
There's no
Brady,
way
what
I
would you
could go
pick?
a year.
I would probably take John's Camaro, coyote swap it, and give it back.
Ooh, nice. No, EcoBoost swap it.
I saw a Fox recently with the 3.5 F-150 EcoBoost, and it's pretty neat.
Okay, Joe, what would you pick?
I have no idea. Probably Doc's Camaro and convert it to nitrous so you can feel what a real power outer feels like.
Oh.
Wait, I got something in the works, boys. The nitrous world will be coming in heavy.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
What are you just doing? A little spray out of the hole?
Make sure you get the jets right.
I'm trying. Good one there. I'm trying to get another project going here. Something real simple because I got easy access to a lot of LS parts. Something old, just throw a 5.3 in there and just give it all the thought, like Mike Tyson says. And we're just gonna let it ride. I'd probably take Joe's car just so I could pull a wheelie. So I haven't done that yet, and it kind of chaps my ass that I haven't pulled the wheels yet.
I'll take you a ride. Actually,
I kind of want to see the look on John's face whenever you do take him for a ride and you pop the wheels. I want to see that.
It'll be like this.
We could take each other's cars down the strip one time.
That's
I
actually
can't wait.
That
I actually can't wait till you give me a ride in it. I can't imagine what my face is gonna be.
Listen, my car feels so slow. The guy I live with, I call my landlord. He's like my good friend. I live at his house because I chose race car over house, like decisions. But he got it makes 500 wheel horsepower Civic, and that feels 2 times faster than my car. Is it? No, I damn slapping around like it's a joke. But that thing feels fast as hell, and it's scary. So my car is honestly to ride, and it's really not all that fun, but it just works.
Well, that's what it is that his car's scary. It's not fast, it's scary.
No, it's scary fast. I mean, this thing goes pegged to like 140 in like a heartbeat, but I mean, my car turned up, it still gets it. But if my car's so heavy and planted, it really doesn't feel fast until you let off the gas. And you're like, damn, I'm hauling ass. You're like, I can't stop in time. That's when you realize.
Yeah, my Hellcat feels the same way.
Yeah, like a heavy car, they're not like at least you got a blower on yours. Blower cars feel fast, like a turbo car. Mine feels like a slug out there.
That's one thing I've always actually kind of liked. Like, do you prefer like a raw horsepower kind of just grab onto your ass and hold on, or do you prefer like a finely tuned car? And it's always that kind of just let the ass end hang out kind of horsepower that's more fun.
All right,
but it's scary.
Well, I can say this because I'm not on my channel and nobody will kill me for it. I generally prefer driving the Focus over the Hellcat. I find it more fun, especially around traffic, because the Hellcat, you can go 0 to jail in 3 seconds. The Focus, you could let it all hang out and drive right past the cop, and the cop's like, hey, what's that? And they won't know.
That's because you're still doing the speed limit.
Right. If I'm driving the Hellcat, one, I'm not driving the speed limit, and 2, a cop within 6 miles hears it.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I mean, when I'm driving
in a car like a Focus, I mean, it's sweet having a ton of horsepower, but honestly, you can't use it. I mean, if I ever get a ticket to and pull, I mean, the channel's done, the car's gone, I'm in jail, so it's game over. But I mean, that's like having something that's cool you can like literally just toy around with. That's definitely where it's at.
Yeah,
you get in those little 4-cylinder cars and just throw them around through traffic and stuff. There's no grip. There's a lot of fun to drive, and I actually don't mind. I hate the look of my Beetle, but I enjoy driving it.
But the key is it has to be manual. I found those 4-cylinder automatics to be boring.
Oh yeah. Both of mine are manual, so I agree.
I'll be honest. I've been kind of thinking about it the whole time. So let's see. I mean, I know, to be honest, I'd probably pick Fox body if I could fit in the driver's seat. Fit in the driver's seat without the freaking steering wheel in my crotch. So if it wasn't for that, I would pick that. But since I can't, let's see. You know what? Just a car that I know I can fit in for a fact in the driver's seat. I'm going to take a Tarmageddon ZL1's new ZL1 when he gets the twin turbo setup on it done.
All right, somebody's asking us if we can twerk. I got to go back up and see what this comment is. Because I will twerk.
I bet I know who commented it, to be honest with you.
I am 3 Diet Cokes down, so I will twerk.
No, dude. Just tell him he spelled torque wrong. That's all.
Brady, did you hear what I picked?
No, I missed it. My internet stopped for a second. What?
I said if it wasn't for the fact that I can't fit in your Fox body in the driver's seat, I would pick your car.
See, that 30-second clip of you getting in and out and the tires smacking off the fenders as you get in and out, that needs to be its own video in itself. It's perfect on its own. You rolled my fenders for me. Thank you.
Wow.
Oh, my. I shouldn't have said anything. Oh, God. Okay, did we miss any? Josh, you haven't went yet.
I have my mic on. Yeah, we'll mix it up a little bit. I am going to say if I had a YouTuber's vehicle for a year, I'm going to do a little off-roading. And if I was going to do some off-roading, I would choose the baddest machine on the planet. If you guys head over to Osta Cruiser, OSTA Cruiser, he owns a vehicle called a Sherp, and it's essentially a tank on wheels, and it's badass. I would and he's got 350,000 subscribers to prove it, but yeah, I would borrow that for a year. Yeah, it's like a Russian four-wheeled vehicle, big old flappy tires. This thing will drive right through the mud and the snow and right into the water, floats and everything.
All right.
Yeah, I would borrow that for a year.
All right, wait, I got something. Since he brought up like the subs of that guy, I mean, and we're on a YouTube, we're all YouTube channels. I just want to ask a question out there to see what you guys think. What do you guys feel is more important, having good subscribers and good subscriber growth, or views?
I think views is more important because views is what you get paid for.
So here's my thought.
No, it's actually watch time.
Yeah, watch time.
Yeah, but I personally believe that true subscribers, will lead to views, right? Or views lead to subscribers. But the more subscribers you have, the more constant your revenue is, right? I much rather have a flat, consistent revenue stream than one that spikes all over the place.
You guys need to watch Roberto Blake. He's touched on this topic a lot. He will discuss the importance of both views and subscribers, and how subscribers are your constant views. Those are your most dedicated people that watch more and more of your videos. Of course, views are where you get paid. But yeah, he has some very interesting topics on this.
But Roberto has very, very different type of channel.
Sure.
And his subscribers do watch him. I don't. I mean, our subscribers don't.
I feel like automotive-wise, obviously we're locked into a smaller genre. When you look at the big picture of YouTube, we're probably one of the smaller genres out there. And one, the production cost is through the roof compared to a lot of other guys. Some guys just play video games and make a ton of money, and we have to go and drive our cars, spend money, car parts, go to events. So we pay a lot more up front. And then also that, for some reason, I notice a lot, even if you look at big channels like Mike has 700 or 600,000 subscribers and only has 200, 300,000 views on each video. So I was just wondering what you guys feel like is more important to you personally, is whether you think that having good subscriber growth or just views.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed is
you see Mighty Car Mods, who has well over, what are they up to? 1.5, 2 million subscribers. but most of their videos are still like 200, 300, 400,000 views. So they've got like over 1 million subscribers that don't regularly watch their videos.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed is like
I've become good friends with, but aside from that, it's like the views are what are really cool to see tick up.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed is like, yeah, you might have like with Mike, for instance, he gets he has 600 some thousand subscribers, and on an average view, it's like a couple 100,000, maybe up to 300,000 usually.
Yeah, but
on
when
all
you
his
look
videos,
at
it's like
Parker's videos, Mike seems to get more views than Parker does per video, on average.
That's because Parker's content blows.
John, here's how I look at things. I mean, Josh and I put together a YouTuber pack, and we open it up for people to join us, and it's just a group of automotive channel. Right now, it's automotive, but we hope to grow into other areas that help everybody grow bigger, faster, stronger. Now, in order to join, we ask a bunch of questions, and one of the things that I look at is I go on to Social Blade. And the big thing I look at is, are they consistently growing in subscribers and views? So I look for consistency overall when we're looking at people to bring in. And if they're all over the place, you know, are they putting up videos regularly? Are they growing month after month? Whether it's 1 subscriber or 20, it doesn't matter, just so that they can show that they can grow. It's really just showing growth. I don't really I look at both together, but ultimately I'm looking at, you know, for my own channel, I'm looking at views and watch time.
Yeah, they say they pay off watch time, and I get that they change the algorithm too, but I mean, my watch time is lower compared to all my videos, and I don't get paid. One that I watch more, or one that has a longer watch time, I don't get paid more. So I don't know how much I really do believe.
What is your average
time to put in ads throughout your video?
Yeah, no, I understand that. Obviously, now all my videos are over 10 minutes. They try to get them between like 12 to 14, 17, somewhere around that range. The average watch time on my channel, I think it's only like 3.5, maybe 4 minutes. And that's channel wide. Now, I have a couple bangers that are out there that are like solid videos that are older, that are shorter, which kind of ruin my watch time. But I mean, some channels post up 30-minute videos, you know, so it's like, how do you really say you get paid more off of watch time?
Yeah, to be honest, I kind of strive for that 10 to 30 minute, 10 to 15, 20 minutes. But I kind of look for decent content, right? What I think is funny or what I think is fun. But videos that I spend a lot of time in that I think are great don't seem to do very well. You know, like I thought the Focus ST video where I was doing driving a manual and literally said, you don't need a 4-wheel drive because this car works great, and then I nearly totaled it. I thought would do a lot better, but it hasn't done very well.
Well, that's the thing too, is like, I feel like whenever you do a good video, you never know if it's going to get views.
Well, that's, you know, and watch time really doesn't have anything to do with your money. It has to do with your referral. So they're going to, if people are watching your videos longer, they're going to promote you more.
Right. And now let me ask you guys this question, because we're in the automotive YouTube business. It seems like channels that grow seem to have the newest, the latest, and greatest cars, right? Like Mike's channel blew up when he got his Hellcat, and then he got the new ZR1 or the Z06 and blah 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 blah. It just seems like channels that have the newest cars blow up, and then channels who don't, or the cars that are older, don't do well at all. And it seems like it's a modern day of keeping up with the Joneses. You know, if we have to be, spending $100,000 a year on new cars, how is that profitable?
I kind of agree with you, and I don't. I feel like it kind of got into like a niche. Like you look at Cletus's channel. He doesn't really have anything new. He doesn't really even show that Corvette much. His channel is flourishing. Now, I know he got in with the 1320. You know, everyone knew him already. But, I mean, he still gets pretty consistent views and grows. And his views are pretty high for his subscriber count, I think. You know, I don't track these. I'm just going off of what I think. But I feel like a lot of it's all like if you can have a couple banger videos and get people on board and then I feel like YouTube's very relies heavily on momentum, you know. So if I can have a viral video and back it up with another solid video, then it's like you're set.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's
the whole having to have a new car. I don't know if I necessarily agree. I think it definitely helps. Like whoever gets a Hellcat or a Demon first is gonna like, which I think it's stupid because necessarily they don't have to be making good content. As long as they get it, people are gonna click on it, see what's going on.
Well, from a video perspective,
Yeah, because there won't be that many videos out there. Because
from
if they're the first one to get like a what, Paul?
Let me ask you this. My Hellcat and a Demon is virtually the same car, right? There's some differences, right? Major differences. But from a video standpoint, a video reaction of getting thrown back in your seat, is that going to be any different between my Hellcat and the Demon or your Camaro and whatever? A 9-second drag race is a 9-second drag race.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess my question is it really going to be that big? Why does everybody watch?
Because it's all in the title. If you have like, you know, Demon versus Hellcat, everybody's clicking on it for the Demon. If you have 2-year-old Hellcat spokes new Dodge Demon in drag race as your title, and that's what happens, that'll be the bigger video because it's got the wow factor.
But
all right, so now I need a bad driver and a Demon.
Yeah.
I really don't think the Demon's even going to be that fast, to be completely honest with you.
Guys, I hate to break up the party, but I love chatting with all you guys, but it's her bedtime, so I'm going to get off of here.
All right, good
night,
night, little one.
Yeah, we're
See you
probably
guys.
going to end it
Nice
here
talking to all
soon.
you.
But
sorry, I ruined
hey,
the chat
Paul,
with my
isn't
YouTube comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Isn't SRT Mush getting a Demon?
Yes.
He is, and his is.
You know what?
He showed me pictures of it. It's gorgeous.
You guys should race each other.
It's
see
in
how
the
that
plans.
goes.
It is definitely in the plans.
And then you can do kind of like what Trevor suggested with the title if you win.
Yeah,
the problem is he's a good driver.
Well, you're better off racing him than her.
Wait, can I ask what makes one? Can I ask what makes one a good driver?
He's lighter by 200 pounds.
What's that?
He's 200 pounds lighter.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't know if that makes you a good driver. It might make you a lighter driver.
Oh.
Doesn't necessarily make him a good driver, though.
200 pounds is 2/10, man. That's a lot of leeway.
Not if Paul gets him 2/10 on the tree.
No, at the call out, I did. Did you see that race? I pulled an 06 reaction time.
Damn, that's pretty good. That's really quick off a foot brake. That's fine. Yep. I cut I leave off a trans brake. I normally cut like a 0.06 to 0.04, somewhere in that range. But leaving on a trans brake is obviously a lot easier. So I mean, to cut that on a foot brake is pretty impressive.
You are impressive cutting the tree, man. I'll give you that for sure.
Can you say that again?
I said you're definitely impressive cutting the tree. That's for sure.
Wait, no, can you say it a little bit louder? No, I probably get the most practice out of everyone on YouTube. So I'd probably do it the most, so you get used to it a little bit. But
it doesn't with the tree. It's weird for me. Like I'm used to boom. You know what I mean?
Flashlight.
Yeah.
And I'm not like the flashlight's a lot harder because I mean obviously leaving for like on a tree you can anticipate a little bit more than a flashlight. So I mean I'm not that good off a flashlight. Yeah. But I mean that's like that's my little secret is I got a trans brake car. So when I race foot brake cars, I beat up on them off the tree. I normally like when I race Nick, I knew whenever I'd race Nick, I would get anywhere from depending on how good my light was. At worst, I'd have a 2/10 head start, or if I cut a real good light, I'd have like a 4/10 head start. So So, I mean, I kind of like knew that. I mean, that's like when I raced him at the call out, I cut a .02 against him, and he cut a decent light for a foot brake car, and that was like a 3 something. So, I mean, how do you really say it's, you know?
Yeah, with
Looks like
me,
there's a little war going out in the freaking chat right now. There's like a war going on.
Is there?
I don't know if anybody's noticed that, but oh god. Okay, somebody was bringing up something? What was somebody saying?
No, so if you're going to leave on the foot brake, why don't you leave on the second light? That's what I do.
It's a lot harder on a pro tree.
Yeah, well, see, that's where I get everyone
Yeah.
off closely, but like still, because you have to like deal with that drive-by wire, so you get yours timed down pretty good. A lot of guys like on the Chevys, the drive-by wire, the car just doesn't move. So like you gun it, and sometimes it'll go quick, and other times it'll be a little bit laggy. So that's like it's the hardest thing. You kind of never really know what you're gonna get. But if you can learn it and get it down right, I mean, you're gonna be deadly off the tree.
Yeah.
That's what I think the biggest thing of the Demon is going to be is just that you can. I mean, obviously, it doesn't ET-wise, it doesn't affect you, but what racing other cars, you'll see if you get a decent driver and a Demon that can cut a decent light, leaving from a trans brake. I mean, he's going to beat a lot of cars at the track.
The trans brake is weird because it uses the paddle shifter or the buttons, and it's not like a normal trans brake where you just hit the little button and it leaves. It's a little bit more convoluted.
I was in a Demon simulator at an NHRA national event this year, and it's really, really weird getting off the trans brake by letting go both paddles at the same time. It's really hard to get used to because you got to be on the foot brake and both paddles, and then you leave off of both. It's weird.
Yeah, because you got to basically, it's not easy to leave off of it. It's not just one button. Whereas my Hellcat, I can launch at 2,000 RPM, which anything more than that, I'm going to spin anyway. So on the foot brake, the 6-piston Brembos work really well.
Hey guys, I'm getting out of here. I got to head to the gym.
The last thing I'm going to bring up is one thing we have in the comments, which Bro Gaming Co. says, I have a good conversation piece. Would you call the Viper a sports car or a supercar?
Sports car.
Topic for tonight. Okay, why do you think it's a sports car, though?
Oh, you gotta go back in history and think about what it originally was built for. I think Dodge had it intended to be a 2-seater sports car with a big engine.
I would look at that more as a muscle car, sports car than a supercar. I mean, it's really not.
Yeah.
When you think about what a supercar is and the technology and things that they put into supercars, that's not a Viper.
Yeah, I mean, I barely consider a Huracan a supercar. And is really a 570S a supercar? I don't know. To me, I think supercars are the 488, the Aventador. I think you have to get above $400,000 to be considered a supercar, in my opinion.
I think the Viper always aspired to be a supercar.
That's true.
And just never quite made it.
And never got to that point.
It was but it just never quite made it.
I mean,
now what
as fast as
consider it like the older ones, it being considered a supercar of its time for the older Vipers, or would you still consider it a sports car or a muscle car?
It was trying to be up there, but it just never competed.
I think the only one that could possibly be considered a supercar is the ACR.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
A base model Viper would definitely be a sports car class, but I would say an ACR and the upper echelon of the Viper models, they could pass for a supercar. I mean, there's really no definitive what makes a supercar. Is it price? Is it performance? There's no definitive line there.
I tend to also think it's exotic materials and bringing the step forward somewhere, right? A McLaren with the 12 whatever C uses the hydraulic power steering with the hydraulic suspension, right? Ferrari's always doing something crazy. Same thing with Lamborghini. The Huracan didn't really move the ball forward at all. It was just the mass-produced supercar.
Just a Gallardo replacement.
Right. So I tend to believe that, like, the Aventador is the supercar of the Lamborghini. Same thing with an R8. It doesn't advance the ball at all.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you also have this new genre that's kind of appeared in the last, 5 or 10 years, where now you go from supercar to hypercar. So where's that?
Hypercar,
like I thought the Huracan was a supercar and the Aventador is more of a hypercar. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
See, when I think hypercar, I think P1, I think Bugatti, I think LaFerrari.
Yeah.
I don't think the Aventador reaches that category. Maybe the SE, but
Well, speaking of like the Gallardos, how we mentioned earlier, Burt Rand 850 wants to know. So, what about the first gen Gallardos? Would they be considered supercars or no?
they would be considered piles of crap.
Yeah, no, no.
Wow.
Okay, then one more question that everybody really wants us to freaking answer. I was going to end it after this one, but they insist they want this answered. What's everyone's thoughts on the Hennessy F5?
They'll never be built.
We'll talk about this in another podcast as well, but everybody in there really wanted us to answer that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and then Joshua wants to know, is the Tesla Roadster a supercar? Yeah. I think
sports
so.
car.
I think Tesla Roadster is a sports car.
Very fast.
You can't categorize it until it's been built.
All right.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, true.
I mean, they haven't really proved that they haven't proved their times yet. Right now, it's hearsay, she say. Like, have they really proved it yet? That it can go as fast as it can?
Even if they proved it, I mean, you got to get it out real world. You got to be able to say it gets, 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds, and it can go 300 miles on a charge.
And it can go
Which
around
in
I'm
the
sure
cold,
it'll do both,
right?
but not at the same time.
Is it just a really fast dragster, or can it actually make turns and lap the Nürburgring anywhere close to 7 minutes?
Yeah.
After it recharges halfway through, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Can it go 7 minutes without recharging?
That's actually a very good question. And Burt Rand 850 said he was talking about for their time for the first gen Gallardos.
Yeah, they're still ugly, even for their time.
I mean, I
And he's
consider
going
it
to text me in about 3 seconds yelling at me.
All right, well, I think we're going to end it here for tonight. We went a little bit longer than we probably should have. Okay, whatever, Greg. That happens with these. But definitely check out everybody's channels. If you're watching this after we're live, their links will be down in the description. Definitely check all these guys out. There's some awesome dudes on YouTube. And we'll see you guys in the next video.